It's flickering in and out. It's flickering in and out. Oh my God. God help me. Whew. Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday, heading in towards the weekend. Welcome. I'm so happy to be here today. Above ground, not below ground. So, what is it today? The moon is in Capricorn, man. You know what? I am having, for the first time in a long time, on April 30th, I'm having a full moon, or no, it's a new moon, sorry, a new moon meditation. And we're going to be playing music. It's going to be a little bit of a dance party there, and it's Saturday night, and ain't got nobody. No, okay, it won't go there. Um, Saturday night, and it's $25. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about May and June coming in, and as we are going through the rest of the spring and into the summer months. What does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? And I'll be taking questions. It'll be on Zoom. So if you have questions or concerns or anything, or questions about your chart, let's bring in some information about it, if you wish, because it will be public. Talk about your chart, or talk about different things and how that might have influence. Depending how many people there, may not be able to do everybody, but I'm planning it for it to be a couple hours. So if you are interested, definitely to register, let me know. And it's $25. So you can email, transfer, or PayPal, whichever you want to the gurumama@gmail.com. It's down below. It's scrolling along. There you go. It's scrolling. There's my sound effects. So, lots to contemplate the last few days, man. Lots to contemplate. And especially as we have this moon in Capricorn and a sun in Taurus. So that's Earth. Blah. These are the two real, like, earthy. I mean, yeah, Virgo's Earth, but Virgo's mutable, and it's going to get things done, and we're going to do things. I mean, Capricorn is like, here's the structure. Here's what we're doing. This is the plan. This is what we're laying out. So Pluto really, I mean, Pluto's there too, but this Capricorn really has, these are the plans I really want to do. And it's making some good aspects over to Mars and to Venus and to all the dudes over there in Pisces. So that water energy, that mutable water energy. And sometimes Capricorn does not want to hang out with Pisces too much, because unless they're both doing drugs. Just saying. Because Capricorn can really, it's diligence, right? It does want to get out and celebrate what it does, and wants to let people know, look at what I've done. This is great, and get people on board. It has that Wolf of Wall Street kind of energy to get you going, and in a positive way. But in its aspecting over to the Piscean about your dreams, your reality of the direction of where you want to go. This is fuck it and do it energy. All right. So fuck it and do it energy. You got to fuck it and just do it. This is where you're going to step onto that train. You're going to step onto that wagon, and you're going to say, this is the direction I want to go into. I'm not going to take other people's bullshit or what they claim or have to do, whatever. That's theirs. This is where, when I this morning I did a TikTok, and I drew some cards from the Akashic Tarot, and it's, one of the ones, and I'm still sort of contemplating it, is the chess game. Now, if anybody plays chess, I'm not a chess player, but it is a game of strategy. It is a game of knowing the board, understanding the different squares on the board, and your guys, your pawns, your queen, your all of them. It's to understanding them, understanding that playing field that you're on. Now, we're all on different playing fields right now, right? I pack 6 boxes a day, even though I have no plans on where I'm going, but I'm doing every day. Well, it's, the other thing too, Lexi, and I'm going to say for you right now, is you're preparing, and you're you kind of know where you want to go, but you're very hesitant to let go because there is so much memories where you're at. That's what I'm going to say, Lexi. Right now, it's like there's a lot of energy there for you. There's a lot of memories there. The energies of your husband is still within your home, and the roots that you created. And now you're looking at where you want to have community. You want to be around where your children are. You want to be around where to have that community. Yet there are also flipping sides on where, if they're in Manitoba right now, what is that memory that's there? Is that what you want to step back into? Those are the questions you got to look at. There's a direction of where you want to go, but that's that Saturn square the notes. Saturn squares the notes is a hesitancy. There you go. Me and my English can't speak for damn. A hesitancy on where I really want to go. And am I making the right moves? Am I doing the right thing? Is this going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? Why am I doing this? So we have all of these doubts and fears that come up. And this is where we want to come in. And that's, the South Node will bring you into the doubts and fears. South Node is in Scorpio. So the South Node will bring you into the doubts and fears and get you to stew about things and look at things. We're very good at that. Scorpios are very good at bringing people. It is the underground. Well, what is above ground is Taurus. Where am I going? What am I plowing? What are my fields? How does that look? How does that feel for me? That's the chess game. Right now, the world is playing a chess game. Right now, we are looking at a chess game. 100% accurate. Thank you. Right now, we're all playing a chess game. There's a chess game afoot. There's a chess game on the world front on what's going on. We see it. Ukraine, Russia, all of that. What they're saying, the Russian people are being told is a propaganda. What the Ukrainian people are being told is a propaganda, and what we're being told is a propaganda. Right? Everybody has their own little chess game going on and how they want to play it. Fine, we got that. Let's put them back into. I'm gonna put those chess games back into their drawers. But what is afoot? What is the things that we as individuals need to start doing? Is looking at what is that we want to create. Now, yesterday I wrote that barrel is going to go up over $200. JP Sears, you can take him for a grain of salt or whatever you want to take for him. But anyways, he because the EU is selling out right now. The EU is selling is going to put an embargo on Russia, which will make oil go up. Okay, that game is afoot. That game is afoot. They made a move on the chessboard, right? So what does that mean to me in my life if that happens? Well, that means that gas will go up. What else does that mean? That means that food prices will go up. Other things are going to go up. Okay, I get that. I understand that. They've already gone up significantly. And if you don't believe me, you can look it on up. But things like in 1 month, meat has gone up 4.8%. Dairy is gone up within the last little while, 23.6%. And a year, sugar has gone up 28%. That's some of the figures, some of the data figures from the e-coms that I follow have shown me. So we know these things. This is part of the chess game. Now, I know a lovely young lady, whatever the hell her name was, saying, well, I'm manifesting lower gas prices. Awesome. That's your chess game. You're going to manifest that. That's cool. But this is how this is how I am. Is that, okay, I get that. I get this, this is going to come in. This is going to go up. What am I going to do to create that prosperity and abundance within my life? It's called, it's understanding that I know that game, but I don't have to focus totally on that game. I don't have to focus totally on that, right? I know it. I understand it. I follow some YouTubers and that. I follow a lot of e-commerce dudes who talk about this. And I know some of it sounds like doom and gloom. But the thing is, it's not doom and gloom. It's saying that, okay, yeah, that's it. Like, one of the things I would tell people right now, and I could, is buying a home. All right. We know there's some crazy things buying your home. It's wonderful that you want to buy a home. It's great that you want to buy a home, but are you just going to go and buy a home just because you want a home? Or are you going to do the research you need to buy a home? Are you going to look at the interest rates for buying a home, the qualifications and everything else? Those are the things that need to be done. Those are the things you can manifest a great, realtor. You can manifest a great mortgage broker, lawyers, whatever it is, to help you, to create your team. It's part of your manifesting. A lot of realtors, there's another word that I can't say this morning. Got to get that little southern, got to get my mother's accent in there and say realtors, because my mother is from Michigan, Michigan, from Detroit. So they seem to leave vowels out. But anyways, this is where some of them are sitting down and especially with new home buyers, having conversations with them and telling them, okay, you want to buy the home. I definitely will sell you a home, but do you understand the risks at this time? Understanding the risks that are coming in, understanding what's going on. Cool. That's the whole thing. When we're playing a chess game, we're looking at the board. We're looking at the board and we're saying, okay, what is my move? I'm going to visualize. This is my moves I want to make. These are the things I want to create within my life. And if something feels, and this is the whole thing with manifesting. See, a lot of times with manifesting, and people are they want it now. They want it now. And the one beautiful thing about manifesting, especially when we work with the moon energies and the planets, remember, a planet, if you're working with a certain planet, it's going to move at a certain speed. It's not going to go any fucking faster. Sorry. Moon moves is the fastest moving. It moves out of a sign every 2.5 days. So that's why we usually do a new moon, full moon manifestation. But within that manifestation and within that manifesting, it's a 2.5 year cycle on average, especially when you're using the new moon. There's a 2.5 year cycle. So you're looking at whatever you are wanting to create. And when you're creating it, there's a 2.5 year cycle that we're going to work with. Okay, I know that. So I'm working with this 2.5 year cycle. What is it? And there's going to be different points within that 2.5 year cycle that is going to get me to reevaluate, find times where there's great action and time to move forward, like right now. Like right now, this is a fabulous time of saying, okay, I'm putting forward, this is what I love to do. I am an art student. I'm going to start promoting my art. I am a person who loves to, I don't know, heritage seeds, and I know all about heritage seeds. So I'm going to start talking to people about heritage seeds, another word, heritage seeds, and start, maybe doing TikToks or YouTubes and stuff like that on showing people how to keep their heritage seeds, how to cultivate them and everything else with it. Right? So this is a time, these are prime opportunities to look at things and say, okay, what's going on and how can I manifest? If you're a person who does the stock market, or if you do anything to do with investing, what would be a good thing to be investing in right now? Maybe different oil companies. Maybe it would be things with mining companies when it comes to, because there's such a push on electric cars. What do electric cars need? What, lithium and copper and, all of the different components that go into it. So that's manifesting, because I'm, oh, right. Okay. I keep on hearing about this and I do want to create more abundance, but remember, it's not an overnight. It's a time-based one. So even though you could say, okay, the barrels are going up, that could be a positive thing for a lot of people who are investing right now or putting their money into that. Or it could be also where, does that mean that production is going to start picking up And yeah, maybe so and so is going to get a job and they've been really manifesting to get a better job that's going to pay well. And they used to work on the oil patch and now it's opening up for them to work. If they're doing this is where you think outside the box. It sounds like a horrible thing. Yes, there's going to be prices increased and stuff like that. This is what the manifesting is. This is where that creativity, this is when you come into that melting pot of ideas and you're saying, yeah, I'm going to do this. This is where you say, hey, you know what? Maybe I can't, it's not a good thing to buy 40 acres of land right now to become a farmer because of, there's no, the fertilizer and everything else. But what can I do? And I can start growing my own food and learning how to do that. That's what manifesting is. You get the idea, but you got to do something. There's got to be an action with it. There's one thing that you can visualize it, but what is the action you're going to take? That's the key. What are the actions that you're going to take? How are you going to play the chess game? How are you going to come out ahead for yourself? And that will spread out to your family and to whoever else is around you. That's what we're doing right now. That's where the energy is. Venus is exalted right now. And Mercury loves Venus. Like they're BFFs. Like they're just like, oh, got to know this, got to know this. Remember, Mercury holds all the planets. If you look at the glyph, Mercury holds all the planets within it. It can flip and flop and go all over the place, and it understands every single one. It is the ruler of astrology because it brings in the communication, it brings in the relationships, it brings in the foundation, it brings in the spirituality. When you break its glyph down, it has every single part and every single planet in it. It's quite amazing, really. So we have this beautiful energy of transformation and change that's coming in that is saying, hey, we want to take you on this greater road. That's what this energy is doing. This is what's beautiful about astrology. It shows you, okay, this is a time to start working at things. Oh, let's say we're having a partial solar eclipse. Oh, well, maybe I'm not going to, when I come into next week and working with that new moon, I'm not going to put all my chips on the table because that eclipse, clip, could clip something off, could take something away that I wanted. So, this is where it's like, okay, I'm going to withdraw a bit. I'm going to, take a little bit, deeper look. And that's next week. But right now, it's saying this is where we start to put and plow the fields. This is where we start putting the seeds in the ground. Because as we go into next week, Pluto's going to go retrograde. At 28 degrees, it's going to be hovering over this spot and it's going to be digging up. And that means there's going to be restrictions. There's going to be things that are going to put a hold on what we are going to do. So we know that. And then we're going to have a new moon eclipse on the 30th. Okay, so this is where let's make the transformation that makes the change. A card that I pulled out besides, because I only pulled out 2 cards this morning on TikTok, was Archangel Gabriel. How do you want to get your message out? How do you want to do that? Archangel Gabriel. What a beautiful, beautiful angel. The angel of your throat chakra to come out and tell your truth. How many people are having problems with their throat chakra? Because I was thinking about that because there's been a lot of people clearing. A lot of clearing is coming out. Throat chakra goes up to the ears. So you got all of this area with the throat, with the throat chakra, right? So what are the things that you need to clear? What are the things that you are needing to hear and to absorb so that you are able to voice what you need out to the world or wherever you want it to be? So this is where we're working with this energy. This is the direction where we are going, and it's feeling amazing. And yes, it might be feeling like a shit show right now. And that is what is happening. But if you are feeling amazing about something, if you're feeling fabulous about something, continue to do it. One of the things that I know, and I know it's been, I have to tell you, with things that have gone with my husband, we all know that he had a stroke. Then he got, like, we're going to go get it all checked out, but, um, a little bit like an infection in his lungs. And no, it's not COVID, but the cough and everything within his lungs and stuff like that. We've been using Buckley's, absolutely fabulous in the pill form, has really helped him, but just to get him checked out. So that was getting over the hump. And then the thing is, in my life, this has always been a part of the things that I do whenever I'm setting out on a plan, or things are starting to, I'm taking on a new direction. What usually happens is that there is a obstruction, or people come forward who are, um, devilish, shall we say, who don't want me to continue on, or there's a challenge that I get, and it's usually from the dark side. And with me, and that happened, it's happened ever since I was wee little. Like, I would see this stuff. And my parents were very into doing the rosary and stuff. So whenever I felt odd, or I felt like there was some craziness going on in my life, my mother would bring out the rosary, and we would do the rosary and do prayers. That's very important. So doing prayers, doing my mantras, doing my morning meditation is something that I have to keep up, and keep myself in that alignment with the light. Because as I am playing my chess game, and as I am wanting to get the word out and get people prepared for the craziness that is going to be hitting the fan in the next while, it's standing in that power and light and continuing on. And sometimes it can be very difficult. It can be very difficult when I get crazy ass emails, or messages from, most of them I delete, I don't read, from people who are not nice, people who are wanting to tear you down, because they're afraid of your light. They're afraid of what it is that you are wanting to create. They're afraid to hear what you have to say, or they don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want to, they'd rather stay in their lower vibration, or stay in their la la land, and not come out of the cave to the light to say, hey, you know what? God is showing us a better way. Yeah, there's going to be some bumps, and it's not going to be a fully paved road. It's going to be a little bit of a cobblestone. So not everything's going to be laid as perfectly as you want, but it's going to be a very cool journey. It's going to be a beautiful journey. And that's what we're heading into. And some people don't want me to continue doing what I'm doing, but I showed up today. I showed up today. I did the TikTok today. I showed up today. And for me to do that after the last couple of days, I was going to say a little bit longer, but it's a big thing, because it's been, truthfully, it's the last few days, or the last, well, since, even with Steve's stroke, it's been hell, just an FYI, in many different aspects. And I'm not one to dwell on, and a lot of people, thank you, Tanya. Thank you, guys. A lot of people say to me, it's like, don't, you hear, especially, don't dwell on the negative. Don't dwell on the negative. And I was listening to my Tim Pool IRL. It says, don't dwell on the negative. Don't dwell on this. Well, he has been swatted 8 times, and he's been told, don't dwell on it, because you'll manifest it. No, let people know, hey, there's some crazy ass fucked up people out there in the world that want to stop you from doing what you're doing. It's like not talking about the shit that they're trying to teach in schools in the United States from K to 12, the programming that they're trying to put into children right now. Don't talk about it. Just manifest something beautiful. Well, yeah, I'm going to manifest something beautiful, but I'm going to stand up and I'm going to talk about it. I don't believe in devilish ways. I don't believe in cursing. I really don't. Because cursing, when you start to get into that in that realm, and I know that realm because I have done exorcisms. I have done that bullshit and I've seen Satan face to face. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go into the dark side. Why am I going to go into the dark side? Understanding what Putin's doing is a good thing. Understanding what he's doing, understanding the propaganda that the people are doing, understanding the propaganda of what's happening in Ukraine is a good thing, and in other countries, because it's given me a realization of, oh, when I go to the grocery store, this is why shit is happening. This is why my meat has gone up. How many percent? 2.4%, or whatever it was that I just said. Understanding that, then I can say, you know what? This is what I can do. Now, here's the other thing. When you are stocking up, it doesn't mean you are taking away from the supply chain. What it is when you stock up, and let's say right now, flour. Flour. Now, flour is something it's made from wheat. Oh, wheat products. Okay, so if I stock up and I go and I do a big load at my grocery store for flour and anything wheat based, right? That goes into the chain, and what they do is just order more. They just say, "Oh, they're selling." But when there's a mad rush, if you're doing this on a consistent basis, you're stocking up, you're preparing, you're manifesting. I'm going to have the prosperity and the abundance. I don't have to worry. That saves me money because then I don't have to go to the grocery store as often because I have the product. When it gets a little low, I can go and stock up again. That's preparation. That's what that is, right? But when there's a mad dash, when you see people like, what was it in Manitoba? Oh, storm's coming. Everybody does a mad dash and buys out all the water, buys out all of the bullshit, all the stuff that they need because they haven't prepared. That puts a strain because everything runs out at once. And then the guy goes, oh, shit. All right. We have to put an order in, and then the order can't come. But if it's that you're continually going to buy and stuff like that, fine. Does that make sense? You're not taking away from anybody. That's part of creating the abundance. That's part of creating the substance. That's what it is. Somebody asked, when is enough enough? Well, only you will know enough is enough. It's when you see it on sale, pick it up. Now, I spoke to one of my farmers in Manitoba yesterday, and then my e-commerce from, just going on a side reel here, in the UK, and he was talking about, and he was it's weird. Neil was talking to a farmer too, because he wants to get into farming. He lives on the Isle of Man, and the Isle of Man is a very fertile island off of the coast of Scotland. Very beautiful, crazy weather and stuff like that, but it's a very beautiful place. And he was talking, and he was saying that the farmer there and over in the UK area was talking about a lot of farmers are unable to plant certain crops because either they don't have the feed or they don't have the fertilizer. And so they can't plant everything. Talking to somebody here in Canada, very similar conversation. And I asked him, well, I don't want to go into fear or anything. He goes, no, it's not to go into fear. It's to understand. Some farmers have saved their seeds or are very good at saving seed or fertilizer, and they're able to do it. But right now, he goes, a lot of people don't understand. It's like whatever is coming out in the market right now is from last year's yield. Last year's yields were low. And so that's why there's a price fluctuation, because last year's yield was low. But what's happening is that as the year goes on, he says you might see higher costs because there may be a lower yield this year. And he goes, if the yield is lower and we have the problems, he says, like right now, we can't get out and seed, we can't plow, we can't do anything. It's going to make it harder for harvest time, or we're going to have a later harvest. If we have perfect conditions, it'll be great. But if we don't have the perfect conditions, if we have the drought and the floods and the rain, the floods and the rain and the fire, he says the flip side of that is that you could see rationing by the end of the year, or you may not see certain things on your shelf. And I said, that's what I predicted in 2019, that you'll go to the grocery store and you won't see the certain things that you've always bought on the shelf. They're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. And I said that in 2019, said it in 2020 all the way through, said it in 2021, saying it right now. There's going to be products that you love are not going to be on the shelf. So if you love Arizona iced tea, all of a sudden there may not be Arizona iced tea on the shelf. If you like a Sprite and you like it from a certain company, or a Sprite like from a certain company, may not be there. This is where we go back to everything that's going on right now. Right now is saying, okay, how can I create that abundance in my life? How can I create that? Even when you don't have a lot. And that's where the energy's at. I have the information. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear that, things are going up like crazy. But that's the whole thing. We can't hide. You can't hide in the caves. You got to come out into the light, and you got to say, fuck it and get your shit done. Fuck it and live your life. If you are wanting and you have a beautiful camper and you want to go camping and you're like, oh, fuck it, gas prices are going to be, you know what? Put your priorities. What is your priority? Is your priority to go out camping and then go to the lake and spend 2 weeks out at a lake with your family? Then make that your priority. Make it and manifest that for you and your family. Because don't live in fear or hiding. Create. That means that all of a sudden you could say, where, yeah, I have an RV, and oh, I can park it here for the summer. You mean I just have to pay a low rental fee? So I don't have to continually filling up my RV every time I'm traveling. I just have to drive out there with my car, which is cheaper. I can do that. Things happen when you put it out there and make it cheaper. That's what the creating is. It's there for us. It could be that, well, you know what? I'm not very good with flour, and maybe flour, I have a gluten intolerance. Maybe this is a time for me to start learning how to use almond flour or use rice flour, use different alternatives for cooking. That's where this energy is coming in. It's starting to get creative and think outside of the box. It's the chess game. It's the chess game. Right now we have, I was told, yesterday I was told 17 um, Alberta poultry farms aren't allowed to sell their poultry. Why? Because of the bird flu. They have to destroy it. They find one bird, they have to destroy it. Okay, well, let me find a local farmer that sells chickens that I can connect with and buy some, maybe buy how many hens or whatever. This is thinking outside of the box, right? Maybe you've been thinking about becoming a vegetarian. Learn how to cook different vegetarian meals. You don't have to have meat every single day, right? This is getting us to be creative, to think outside of the box, to become healthier, to be in the light. The light is healing. We also have healing energy that's coming in. Let's get into the light of the divine physician, of allowing ourselves to get healed. And so in doing that, we step outside of the box, we step into some new ideas and enjoy and have fun and laugh with this. That's where it's at. And right now, when you're doing your manifesting, understanding the transitions and the moons and the planets really help you to step into that energy and say, okay, yeah, I can do this. Oh, okay. So the moon right now is in Capricorn, and Capricorn's in what house in my chart? Just knowing those crazy little things help you to understand, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of focusing on this right now and stepping forward into it. My 10th house, my career house, or my Dharma house is in Pisces. And that means it's always mutable. My careers are always changing, things are always moving and shifting, but there always has to be that I stay in the light, that I stay true to who I am and stay into that light. And that is a challenge. That is a challenge. Anybody who has 10th house Pisces and is a, you have to stay in your light and your trueness, but know that this is a fabulous time. I'm like, wow, Venus and Neptune and Jupiter in my 10th house. Okay, let's create my abundance even more within my business and do what I do. That's why I started the coffee donation. A friend suggested it, and I saw others doing it, and they said, "Well, put it up there. Somebody could send you $10 or whatever. You could put the money aside." Or the other day, thank you, whoever the person who sent me the Starbucks card um, to my email, and I was able to get coffee because I ran out of coffee. I ran out of coffee in my house. That was like I thought the roof was gonna fall in, but it's that's what the creating the abundance is, and you people don't know till you ask. You don't know till you ask. You want to create the abundance, you got to ask for it. You got to put it out there. Like, if I don't tell you I'm having something on April 30th with the full moon or with the new moon solar eclipse, you don't know. I could sit here, "Oh, I want people to come. I want people to come." But I don't tell you. I want to create a farm, or I want to learn how to can. Oh, Mary, join this group. Oh, okay. So I joined the group. You learn more, you find out information. That's how it works. And it's there. The doors are open. It's great time to step forward. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. Yes, I'm going to tell you, craziness is coming in as the end of the month happens, and we go into the later months and into May and June and July. We're coming into some this is a pivotal year. This is a huge year of transformation. This is part of the year of creating huge changes within the world and within our lives. And we all know change is not easy. And this is where I believe for so long we've had it too easy, especially for a lot of people in the world. They've had it way too easy, or things have come to them too easy. This is where it's like, you know what? Time to get your ass off the chair and start getting yourself working. Start putting your energy out there. Start putting your energy into the light. Good morning, Ellen. This is where we start to create that abundance in our life. And that's so important. So important. Because we all want to be prosperous. We all want to stand in our power. And it's great when we can all stand in our power. Doesn't mean if I'm not in my power, that means somebody else isn't in their power. If I allow myself to stand in my power and my light and my truth of who I am, that allows somebody else to stand in their light and their truth and their power, even when you don't agree with them. That makes it even stronger. You don't have to agree with everybody. A lot of people piss me off. That's okay. You know what? Then I have to take a moment and say, why are they pissing me off? What's going on there? What am I angry about? What am I jealous about? What am I scared about? Because somebody doesn't always agree with me. That's why I got crazy cuckoos attacking me, because they don't agree with me, but they don't come out in the light. They do it behind closed doors. That's the thing. They don't come out in the light. And usually those things are sent to me in the middle of the night and I wake up to them. So I know they're working with a lower energy. They're not working in the daytime, right? And that's part of it, right? Ah, Ellen, yes. And Ellen, you know what? Stand in that power and know that retirement for you doesn't mean that you're going to stop working at something. You're going to always continue working at something. It's not that you're going to sit idle. This is where you're going to make your abundance in new ways and especially within community ways. So money's going to come in for you in a different way besides a 9 to 5 job or the job that you held. It's going to come with you in with you in a new way. So trust in that because you have a very strong faith and you got a strong angel base too, a lot of strong angels, and I feel Jesus around you as well too. So trust in that because it is there, but it's that crazy fear that comes in when you see the news or you see the adversities that are happening out in the world, but know that there's going to be greatness that's going to come in for you, right? So exactly, exactly. And those that time for you, Ellen, means that in that there's other forms of abundance that can come in for you, right? Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Dana. I'm glad you love my haircut. But know that that's what's going to happen. There might be a few bumps and wiggles and jiggles because it's a time of adjustment for you. Understand that, but trust. Adjusting and adjustment time is not easy. It's just not easy. It's just not easy. But sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to come into those adjustment times and we have to create what we want to create that abundance. And this is where it's like, it's like, oh, I want to do a hydroponic farm. Well, I'm not going to do a hydroponic farm overnight. It's not going to happen. First of all, you got to plant the fucking seeds and you got to have them grow, right? You got to make sure you maintain the seeds, right? Um, oh, Dana. Uh, I'm going to have a sip of coffee for you. It starts off doing the little things that I have to do, plus learning about pH balance with water and fertilizer. These are the things I should have been listening to when my father was starting and growing plants. And he would make his own soil, right? So he'd do his own soil. Many people have told about worm farming and starting to do worm farming and things like that because worm poop is really good, you know, and it's expensive. People pay for that. People pay for that shit, you know? So this is, a time of looking at how can I do this? How can I create another form of abundance? And going from there, and it's same, for Dana. It's like this is also with Venus in Pisces. Like she wants good relationships. She wants stability, and especially as you are going towards Neptune wants to bring those good positive relationships around her that are going to help her to create her dreams and her reality and not pull her down and make her feel like crap, especially in Pisces. I mean, she's exalted. She's the queen in there. She's like that Beyonce who's on holidays at the finest resort area, and everybody is at her beckoning call because she is Queen Bee. So right now we have that energy to access, and we got to look at who am I? I want to be exalted. I want to be that queen bee in my life. I don't want to have people who are going to pull me down and treat me like shit and tell me that they're having gatherings to take the guru mama down. Well, God bless you. Go in those fucking gatherings and try and take the guru mama down. You're not the first one and you probably won't be the last one because I am still here and I'm still shining bright and I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. And drink my coffee, drink my water, and have my glass of sherry at night or glass of wine. That's what I'm going to do. So this is this is all part of the road, but it is the craziness of this world. It's the craziness of the people that are around you, right? You always have us, Mary Jane. Yes. And thank you. Thank you. And I do. And that's part of the thing that I know is that the community that we have built, the community when you guys come in and you talk and you stuff, that community is there. And that's where the positivity, bunny poo compost. I put that shit on everything I grow. Bunny poo. I know. I heard about. I have a friend who's moved and he's got bunnies, and that bunnies are he's selling the bunny poop. So it's there's same with chickens, people who have chickens. Make friends with farmers, people. Make friends with farmers. Go to your local markets and stuff like that. Start making friends with farmers and start talking to your local manager of the places that you like to shop. Get to know them because they're going to let you know, hey, we're having a little hard time. Maybe, I go in to Save on Foods and the one girl comes up. She goes, oh, how are you doing today? As I like to shop there. And she says, you know what, flour, we've had a little shortage on this or we had a little shortage on that. And then if it's in, she goes, it's in, Mary. You better buy some now because I don't know when we're going to get it again. Cool. But you made a rapport there. That's the thing. That's creating the abundance. Just like as I said, yes, gas prices are going to go up. Okay. Well, maybe I'm going to manifest a peace by the lake so I can plant my RV and I'm going to make sure that my RV can be there for the summer. If that's what you want to do. If only if I had an RV. Maybe I'll manifest the RV first. Creating that. Right? That's where it's at. And we can do this. The other thing too is like here in Calgary at Heritage Park, near the end of summertime, they have a huge fair that you could go from local farmers and stuff that go and sell their stuff. Great time to stock up. Great time to stock up, right? So, hey, maybe I'm going to, here it is. Maybe I'm going to get an RV. I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to park it at my girlfriend's place in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, so that I'm going to manifest when I go and I could just take a trip out to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. And I have a place to stay. That's because Charlie's in Moose Jaw. Will be on my doorstep at Heritage Park. Yes, exactly, Dana. So, these are the things. This is what creating, even though there's adversity and craziness in the world right now. Yeah, there's certain things that are going to hit the fan that people aren't going to like. And I can tell you that. And you know that. You guys can already feel it. But let's not go in there right now because we know certain things are going to be happening in the world that are crazy. But you know what? I just know the light always wins. Always has, always will. The light always, always wins. Even in the deepest, darkest days of night, the light always comes out. So know that we will come into the light. We're going through this change. We're going through these transitions. There will be some real deep pains that we're all going to feel. We're all going to feel them because not everybody has their life together. No, nowhere near. You think they do. They look good on TikTok, but there's shit going on behind the scenes. So know that right now because we're going through such change and adversities within the world because we want to create a world that is safe for our children, that are safe for the women and safe for the men to be men, and allowing people to be the true uniqueness of who they are without mandating bullshit upon other people that is not a part of their alignment. So let's step into that. That's where we're stepping in today. So may the Lord and the Lady watch over each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. If you're wanting to join me on April 30th for the new moon festivities, please let me know. And how's Steve coming along? Feeling better? Steve is feeling better. We'll go to the doctor's on Friday. He's got to get some things checked out, but he is doing a lot better, feeling good. I heard him coughing over there, so um, I'm going to have to give him another Buckley's pill. So, but shining bright, continuing on. Knowing that I have my coffee in my morning, my sherry at night, life is good. So may the Lord and the Lady watch over you guys. You guys have a blessed one, and we will talk to you guys all tomorrow. Bye bye.